I think a lot of women are more toxically masculine than they realize. I certainly was one of them. And that's what this video is about. The purse thing is a perfect example. When I think back, whenever I don't want to wear a helmet, I don't want to carry a purse, I don't want to wear pink, I don't want to do like anything, I don't want to talk about my feelings. When I look back at all the times that I was resistant to anything, it's usually because I thought it was like too girly and I made fun of it and I thought it was stupid. I'm amazed that despite how like toxically masculine I was, that I was still willing to do like body work and stuff like that. I think I realized at a certain point, like I have no choice. That I had some serious trauma and I was afraid of being touched, and that clearly was not just going to go away, especially being one of the boys. Because, I wouldn't even let my best friend Liz hug me. I didn't want anyone touching me. Part of that was because of being just falling into the toxically masculinity trap or whatever, from being the cool girl and one of the boys. But also part of it was, which I didn't realize was rooted in, childhood SA. And like just really not knowing what touch, like a good kind of touch was like. It felt too intimate. I always thought touch was always associated with like schmexuality usually. And so I just wanted nothing to do with it. But a lot of it was toxic masculinity. And so I would never, like when I moved to New York, I couldn't get away with not having like a purse anymore because you're gone all day. So I would carry either a backpack or a tote bag. And by the way, this is one of my mutuals and I really love her content. So follow her. And thank you for this comment, because it was really like the women who did not subscribe to toxic masculinity and who also tended to be mothers or just were already like overworked and exploited, who could see how much of a man I was. Like my sister's literally the one like, Melanie, you're such a dude, like in not good ways. And I was like, man, I used to take pride in that. Now I'm like, oh my God, because now I realize that means I'm exploiting women, because that's what that's all about. There's so many ways that I would, and it's also, being a younger sister and she's my older sister. She was always my protector. And because of a lot of things that happened in our family, she ended up being more like my mom than my sister. And so I infantilized myself, and we just kind of fell into a dynamic where she would do all this stuff that wasn't her job. And then I resented her for doing that, and she resented me for having to do that. And it came out in like the dumbest ways. Those little ways always spoke so much to like something much bigger. So for instance, I didn't carry a purse, but I always used her purse to carry my stuff because I had just enough things that I needed something, but I didn't want to carry a purse. Another way is I would just, like when we'd share a hotel room, I would have like a lot of smelly foods. I would cause a mess. I would just leave a mess everywhere. And she was like, your mess is really stressing me out. Can you at least just like contain your mess within a drawer? Like contain your chaos. But for me, it was just like, I have ADHD. I've always, I have little doom boxes everywhere. But a lot of it came down to me not wanting to do me refusing to do what women are supposed to do, which is take care of everybody. But I went so far that I became super selfish and not thoughtful. And in certain situations, that means that women have to take care of me. So I swear, I think that's how I can spot it. I'm like, I know what that dude's doing. I know exactly what that dude's doing because I did that with my sister. Luckily, I didn't usually do this on the job. I always worked really hard and I loved. And because usually there'd be a man and I was like, oh my God, I know what you're doing, bro. And I didn't want that to fall on the women. So I'd always, like whenever you wait tables, a lot of times the dudes who wait tables with you, especially if they're like a cishet white man, they never finish their side work. You know what I mean? There's all these ways that they just let you do their stuff. And so a big part of my journey in terms of not exploiting and taking care of women is deconstructing patriarchy within inside me, and especially toxic masculinity. It's okay to take care of people. It's okay to show love. It's okay to cook for people. It's okay to give and receive hugs. And it's even okay to wear pink and dresses. Like, y'all, the amount of, it's taken me decades to get to this place. Oh, God. And for anybody who wants to read about this, when I met my husband, I wrote this not long after we met because I was like, oh my God, I'm still the dude. I've been conditioned as a woman, raised as a woman, raised as to be codependent, especially, and to cater to men. But when I finally found a safe man who's very emotionally intelligent and who really wanted to nurture and love me, the dude was there. The dude was there. And some of that's okay. I want to normalize some of that. Some of it is actually evening things out, but a lot of it is internalized misogyny, patriarchy, toxic masculinity, all that crap. I swear, I don't think women realize how much we have to unlearn. It's not just men. Anyone who is raised as a woman, we have so much to unlearn.